Listen, I have an idea.
It's how I feel when you make lemonade. Whatever today has given you. 511 headaches, still call it Thanksgiving. True.
Welcome to another edition of the Super Duper Podcast. I'm your host, Rob Riggs, here with the super producer, Ez McMahon.
Yes. What's going on, Rob? How you doing, man?
That was very hearty. Jeez.
Yes.
Hey, man, welcome back. We had a week off, you know what I'm saying? But we are back in the saddle. Thank you for checking out the Super Duper Pod. We do not take your listens lightly. Make sure you follow us on our socials at Super Duper Pod, SUPADUPAPOD. What up, Sarah? Online at HP53productions.com for our merch. Get you a Super Duper Podcast hat, mug. You know, we got shirts for men, women. You know what I'm saying? I said mug already, right? Then we got skull caps, baseball caps. You could be like Mr. Ez here, get your specialty hat, have a different hat on all the time. I still have never seen your hat closet. Do you have a hat closet, like a hat rack? Like how does it work?
I have a rack. I have a rack that hangs on a door.
I mean, is this like a big giant door? Because we did a lot of episodes. I don't think the only hat I've seen twice is the H53 hat. I think you got 4 of those.
Yeah, I got a couple of those. I've worn this one a couple times. I've worn this one a couple times. But no, it's a rack. I think it holds like 28 hats or something like that.
What rack is that? Where you get that from?
I double up Amazon. Jeez. You find everything, man.
That is true. Listen, man, the problem with Amazon is like, see, it's not like the store when you go to Amazon, when you go like to Target, right? And you're walking around, you just like, oh, I need this too, I need this too, I need this too, and then your cart's full, then you leave. With Amazon, it's like you buy one thing, then about an hour later, it's like, I need this too. And you buy, and that's like, you gotta, say, why can't I think of all this in one time? You know what I'm saying? Just one big order coming to the crib.
Then you really be broke.
Yeah, right. Because
it'll be like a visit to Costco or Sam's Club.
Jeez, man.
Online. That's not a good thing.
No, I guess not. In boxes, they just get to you. I'm sure, somebody can come and explain the machinations behind Amazon, how that gets to you, but it's like, I know those drivers are just like driving like bat out of torment, as my mother would say, just like running like crazy, getting the stuff to you, getting your bedazzled toothbrush right to you in 2 days. You know
That's
what I'm
right.
saying? But back to the website HP53 Productions. Make sure you also check it out for additional content such as the Father Good podcast and our own Ez McMahon with the Easy Smoke GM podcast. They are on hiatus until the Bears season. So how many days to football? Hey Google, how many days to the NFL season starts? So 64 days.
64 days. Training camp though starts pretty soon. I think in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah. So you guys get rolling right when training camp starts?
We'll do something in training camp, and then with the Bears being on Hard Knocks, I'm sure we'll have some recaps of what's going on during Hard Knocks. So yeah, so we'll be back soon. We'll be back very soon.
I guess the only sports thing that just to give you, I know it's the NBA, so you're like, who watches that? But it's like the draft was really like, who are these people again?
They're saying this is the worst NBA draft in history.
I don't think it's history. That the one with my man, what's my man, Anthony Bennett, when he went number 1, I think that's the worst.
They're saying this is, who was the number 1 pick? Do you know?
Anthony Ricochet?
I don't.
Somebody French.
He's from France, but
listen, Wemby about to make all these French dudes money until they figure out, all right, okay, it was only one Wemby. All right. Sorry. It was only one of them. They ain't got a bunch of y'all. So, but yeah, Ricochet, when the Bulls should have got my man Connect, man. Went to the Lakers, but they got some dude, Mattis Bezelis.
Supposedly supposed to be pretty good.
Dog, man, he gonna be trash. They should have got Dalton Connect. He gonna win in the mess around and win Rookie of the Year. But what's crazy are these contracts. Like Jason Tatum, what 5 years, 318,
$314 million for
14.
Tatum.
Dude,
Yeah.
Scotty Barnes got 250.
Yeah.
He's not even that good. I mean, he promising, but
They got
jeez.
they got all this money from this contract, so they got to get rid of it.
I mean, even Bron, he gonna be 41, 42, $51 million a year. They put him at the second apron, which for one I understand. So they can't do nothing. They hard capped. But this money's dumb. Like they said, Donovan Mitchell's contract in 2028 will be, what was the number I heard? 5 for 380.
Wow, good for him.
Dude, whenever Luka come up for some money, it's gonna be 5 for 500 million. You understand me?
You think the money's gonna stay this? It's gonna stay like
when's
this?
So this is what I think. At some point, because like the Celtics, right? I was listening to Bill Simmons today, and he brought up a good point about like who are the people that can buy these teams. Like after a point, it's only a few people who can buy a team because the Celtics can probably go for the valuation might be at what if the Suns were for $4 billion, Celtics $6 billion easy, right? Six,
Well,
five,
it's gonna
five and
be
a half, six.
it's gonna be more groups. I
Yeah,
mean, you can get together and
or the Saudi money is
and buy,
always they
but I'm
always waiting.
saying the television contracts is what's
Unless what's pushing it. No,
it's
I'm
what's
with you.
pushing the salaries here.
I mean,
I just got to think at some point the network's gonna be like, okay,
no. That's kind of what I was getting to. Is like
we
so
can't, yeah,
the teams are going to get expensive to buy, and then I don't think it's so then they're going to want like a larger number in the media rights deal to kind of make up for buying a team, and at a certain point, and I mean we are assuming this whole TV is going to be the same in 5-6 years,
it's
right?
not.
There's a streaming package that's part of now the NBA. That might be the deal moving forward. Now, granted, Netflix and Amazon and Apple, they got trillions. Dude, I saw that Apple's worth $1 trillion. It blew my mind. Anyway, it's like they worth trillions of dollars. So given, $76 billion across these three to the NBA may not be a thing. But I don't think it's gonna get to a point where like somebody signs $1 billion contract. But I
No,
mean,
look at
at
what
the way we're going,
TNT and their parent company is
Warner
Warner
Warner,
Brothers Discovery. They
they
got
ain't have
out.
it.
He
Yeah, they
said,
because they
"No,
ain't have it.
we don't need the NBA."
But I think it's also because so the NFL's deal was like 110 billion dollars over 10 years or something.
Something ridiculous, yeah.
Yeah, but the thing, you just got to keep it a buck, even though I'm NBA first. Every major TV special that's number one, it's the NFL,
Yeah.
right? And they got less games, you know what I'm saying? And they give
Well,
you
I
more
think
eyeballs.
that's what drives it. That's
Yeah,
what keeps everything compelling.
sure. It's less
NBA
games.
season,
So
82 games, man.
man, listen, I ain't watched
Gets a
the
little
82 with
boring.
nothing. I ain't watched
Right,
the 82 with
right.
nobody. I mean, it's just hard to do. I wouldn't even say it's boring. It's just hard to do. I mean, because it's a game. Because to your point, well, okay, I can just check the highlights, what have you. But when it's only 17 games and all these
You
like
have to
legit,
watch.
you gotta watch. Because I mean, if your team loses the first four, it's like, hey, you know what kind of season you're trying to have. But I mean, no, we do not pro NFL here. You leave that for the Easy Smoke GM podcast. Hey man,
Man, by the way,
64 days.
shout out to my man Dave Knuckles. I remember went on my honeymoon,
Mhm.
and it was right before the week 1 of the NFL season.
Yeah.
And he said, "Dude, what are you doing? There's it's only 16 of these things."
No.
And I was like, "Don't worry, I got it under control. I got it figured out." But he was really concerned about, you gonna miss a Bears game. I was like, "No, don't worry. I won't be missing any games. We'll
That's
be okay."
hilarious. He knew
Yes,
he
sir.
knew he knew you well, man.
Yes, sir.
But as it's me and you today, man. Before we get to a couple of big topics, so over the weekend, I've been committed to just kind of resting. Shot the West Side, committed to wet resting and sitting down because I don't do it enough, and so I just was like, I'm just find a show to watch. So I watched Supercell is. Have you seen this? Seen the ads for this at all?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't heard about it.
It's a show on Netflix. It's currently #2. It's a black cast, all black cast, black writer, producer, and director. It's based in London, so it's a lot of, isn't it? Yeah, bruv. Come on, governor. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey,
a lot of
governor.
yeah, look, man, go no. Man them over here. You know, it's for real. I ain't gonna lie. After about episode 4, I was like, yo, bruv, what's happening, bruv? Give me your number, bruv. You know. So I came for yo, but I gotta say, dog. It was great. Supercell was fantastic, and it's just like, you know, when you watch a show, you notice that it's all black, right? You just can't help it. Like when you watch Friends, people don't say it's a white TV show; they say it's a TV show, right? And in that it shouldn't be that way. This just was a show, and it's a show about. And I don't want to give anything away because it's so compelling, and it's so many small nuanced things that like I want you to watch and be surprised, but I can't give this a high enough recommendation, y'all. Like, you know, it's a holiday weekend. We're just laying around, throw it on Supercell. It's #2 right now, top TV show on Netflix. Let's push it to #1 because it is that good. But real quick, this is from Forbes magazine. Netflix's new black superhero series. They call it black superhero series. You know what I'm saying? Netflix new black superhero series, Supercell, is currently #2 on the streamers TV charts in the US. The show was created by Ratman, Blue Story. Listen to Spotify, the first black filmmaker to write.
I don't know how good
Hey
your
man,
British accent is,
bruv,
man.
ain't there? Yeah, ain't there? I'm on Spotify. You can find my podcast on Spotify. Sorry if I'm offending y'all in London, England. My bad. The first black
We
filmmaker
got some
to write.
listeners over there.
Shout out to my blog. Shut up, bruvs.
Yeah.
Man them. Listen. All right, I'm done. I went overboard with that one. I felt it. I felt that one. The first black filmmaker to write and produce an original series for the site. I guess I never realized that, but yeah, this is the first black filmmaker to write, produce an original series for the site. Um, and so Netflix Supercell follows the lives of 5 black South Londoners who develop superpowers. A group of ordinary people from South London unexpectedly develop superpowers with no clear connection between them other than them all being black as they deal with the impact on their daily lives. I don't want to read the rest because I might give it away, but I gotta say, like, guys, check it out. So so the star of the movie, I'm watching it like, I know this dude from somewhere. And I'm just like, and I'm watching, I'm like, it'll come to me. I'm watching, I'm like, who is this guy? Like, I know I seen this dude's face. And he's great as, feeling the emotion. I'm enthralled. So, I take a break. I'm watching, I watched it over like maybe the week. I watched it over the weekend. And so during a break, I was like, I Googled the guy. It's the dude from House Party, Demond. The guy who was the play in the more
Oh,
recent House
the
Party.
new house
Yeah,
party.
the
Okay,
LeBron,
okay.
the Spring Hill House Party. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
bruh. And it was he talking with this British accent for real. Looked it up. He was born in New York and he moved to London when he was 8. So like
So he picked it up. So he picked it
he
up while
picked
he
it
was
up.
there.
Yeah, right. So he
Okay.
could probably
All right.
switch, with no problem, man. But it's a great show. Like I can't say enough about it. I do not want to give it away. Like maybe in 2 weeks I'll spoil it. After maybe as after you watch it, we could talk about it because then cause you've been fair warned, everybody. But please check out Supercell.
Super sad.
Let's get it to #2. And listen, I know people don't like to do. I do this. This is important. Make sure you use the thumbs up on your and thumbs down on your Netflix. Like that really, that's them counting that stuff.
Yeah,
So if
I've
you
been noticing that.
yeah. Like
I've been
really do
noticing
like
that on there.
I think this is that's what I do professionally is working in marketing and advertising. That stuff matters. They take them numbers, man. And most people skip over them. Like on any show I watch, Prime, uh, Paramount, whatever. If I like it, I mark it. If I don't like it, because it fixes your algorithm as well. But please, guys, watch Supercell. You will not be disappointed. Now, I will give you this right. The first kind of effects, you like, all right. Okay, maybe they ain't got a big budget, but once you kind of get past that, it's not horrible. But if you're watching if you used to like Marvel superheroes and DC superheroes, they ain't got that budget. But the acting is great, and
Okay.
again, and the scenes are set up. story is amazing. So like you guys are going to love it. I can't sell it enough. And shout out to Sheezy the boss. We always had this thing in college when you tell somebody, man, it's great, and you just want to be like, yeah, it was all right. It was okay. So I don't want to oversell it, but I want y'all. I think you guys would definitely like. So Ash, let me know, man. Next recording, if you get a chance to watch it, we can talk through it. Give y'all a spoiler warning before we do so.
I'll check it out.
So as we are recording today, well, today's the third, but obviously tomorrow will be the 4th of July, 1776. We all know that date. That these men got together and put together a Declaration of Independence, signed it, and then they made America a country, right? And so you see a lot of red, white, and blue. A lot of sales going on. Some people got off work a little early. You know what I'm saying? People gonna be barbecuing tomorrow. It's gonna be Beirut by your house.
It sure will be.
Man.
It already started.
Jeez, and that'd be the worst thing
I'm
about
actually
the 4th,
shocked. I'm shocked right now that I'm not hearing it right now. But tomorrow night it will be on and popping.
One day later,
no doubt.
Rat-tat-tat, rat-tat-tat. Chinese New Year, man.
They started warming up like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah,
And
I'm telling you, man.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for it.
So when I was a shorty, like this, I mean, I guess it's still kind of my favorite holiday because I have fond memories on it. But I remember, and I've said this on the pod before, my pop used to get all the fireworks. I don't know, he just bought them all, man. And then in front of the house, he just set them up, light them up, and it's like people come down from down the block. And, be a nice warm summer night. And the 4th is, a couple weeks from my birthday. So it's like it's always a thing for me. And I mean, just to lighten it up, you know what I'm saying? Just all the pop rockets. I mean, he had it all just laid out. And I got old enough to pop them myself. So it was always a thing to do. And but the older we get, and we learn about, we learn more about the nuances of our American history, right? And just kind of, what was going on for real with the 4th. We talked the thing last year about like what slaves were doing during the 4th of July, right? They were just kind of like, it was one of the days like Thanksgiving, maybe they got the day off, right? Meaning they were just left alone, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But let's not get it confused. They weren't like, yeah, y'all go into town, like kick it, y'all go ahead, kick it.
Y'all
It's
go
like,
have a
yeah,
good time. Here's some spending money for you.
We just not right. You know
No.
what? I'm feeling good today. Here's my jacket.
No.
It wasn't that, man. It was they just left him alone. But I was reading an article just about Frederick Douglass has a very famous piece, "What's a Slave to Do About the 4th of July," and you just think about the things when the 4th happened. Like people, a lot of people who signed the Constitution were slave owners. George Washington, slave owners. Thomas Jefferson, right? Slave owners, and had gangs of slaves, and it's reported known to have a lot of, slept with slave women and had children all over the place, right?
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly, right?
True story. No,
True
it's
story.
not alleged. That happened.
I mean, well, it's only in trouble. So,
Good.
but still, it's like, so it's not always a positive thought about Black people in the 4th. How do you feel about that? Is what's your thought on that?
That's tough, man, because just based on the history of the country and where we fit in that. But the same token, is there anywhere else that you would rather be?
That's where I land on it. I mean, because I feel like people who say we should celebrate, they ain't not going to work tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They may go to the barbecue and they ain't wearing the red, white, and blue, but they eating that Q. You see what I'm saying? They having a beverage.
I don't know what the answer to that is. I don't know.
No, and I'm with you. And I think I don't want to say I'm struggling with it, but like I feel like what I'm like, am I proud to be an American? I am, because I don't want to be from any other country. But that doesn't mean I don't recognize what the country is and what is done and improvement that it can have, right? Dr. Williams talks about that a lot. Like he never says he does not want to be an American. It's just let's be real about what's happened. You know what I'm saying? Let's be real about the story. Right. I think because I am a big proponent. I say Happy Juneteenth to people, right? And just like I'll say Happy Holiday to people, Happy 4th, because it is the 4th of July. I mean, it's what it is. But I think I've just been able to, like, I'm going to combine these holidays together, right? They're not far apart. They're about 2-3 weeks apart. And so it's like all of this, these are all connected. You know what I'm saying? This independence, and truly everybody was truly quote unquote free Juneteenth, right? That's when it was officially that way, man. But there was the article I saw is thought it might find it hilarious. It was a little bit tongue in cheek. It was a black man who says no black people should not celebrate the 4th of July. He was saying if we do, there are some penalties that those who celebrate it should suffer.
Uh-oh. What are the
So no,
penalties?
so number one, he says you will never be able to listen or dance to Beyonce again if you caught celebrating the 4th of July. This is from salon.com.
Okay.
The writer is D. Watkins. This is from July 3rd, 2023.
Okay.
That's number one. He says if you celebrate the 4th of July, you can't listen to Beyonce or dance to it ever again. That'd be so. Imagine that. It's like Beyonce, they play Beyonce all the time. You will be banned from attending cookouts that have black grandmas present. I was like, that's kind
Man,
of
that's
foul, dog.
harsh.
That's rough.
That's
Like,
harsh,
cause
man.
cause the black grandma that made something really, really good that you every year you come here for the 4th for that thing.
Yeah.
Yo, I mean, sidebar, you remember Cuz that came, well, not Cuz with the white with the A shirts, different colors, the other Cuz that dance, right? So before they came out to with us to Vegas, my cousins.
I know you.
Yo,
Wait,
you know
I
what I'm talking
don't.
about?
I don't. Wait. I'm narrowed it down to two.
Right.
Which one?
So not the one with the one with the multicolored white A shirts, the other cousin.
Okay. Okay.
Hype. That cousin Hype.
Yeah,
So
I got. Okay, I
the
got you.
running
I got you. I
joke with
got you.
him is that he was like, I don't eat pork no more. We was looking at him. He had like a burger in his hands, like or something in his hands. Like, you don't eat pork. Well, I mean, I only eat it on holidays. Like I only eat it on. We were like, yeah, Memorial Day, the 4th, Thanksgiving, New Year's Day, Boxing Day. Come on, man, get out of here, bro. So back to the list.
Boxing Day.
So again, number one, you will never be able to listen or dance to Beyonce again. Number two, you will be banned from attending cookouts that have black grandmas present. Number three, no more cha-cha slide for you. You will only be able to dance to the white version. Which
Wait, have you seen the Geico commercial with the cha-cha slide in it?
No, nah, we can't have it. Gotta let it go, huh, dog?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the wobble got to be the official dance. Man.
Well,
So
they're
wait,
not sliding, but they're playing the song, and
gotcha. Okay,
you get
he
the
getting
clap.
okay. He getting a check. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
So, but the rest of it is, I also don't. I also don't want to line dance. But you can't line dance at all. Pretty much what they're saying. All right. So number four, you will not be able to eat potato salad unless it was made by a white person who swears by raisins. And then
That's bad.
that's rough. This is a rough list. And number five, should have been number one to me. And if the government issues reparations, you will not receive a check. I think that's foul. That's trash. Like, hold on, bro. I should be in line first for a check. You know what I'm saying? I'm celebrating the
Oh
country.
man.
No, but I mean, you think about black people, and just it's like a fight for recognition. That's like that. That's like the plight of being black. Like it's like, you know, we talked about it in Juneteenth where somebody was saying black people didn't build this country, and you and I kind of just detailed very quickly how people thinking it's physical buildings, in which there are physical buildings, but the economy of America was built off of free labor, which was mainly
Absolutely.
black African people, right? That would then cut over, and it's like we are all a mixture of just like so many different countries. I mean, again, people say Africa like it's this small city. It's a humongous continent full of different people, right? That have different languages, different cultures, different DNA. So like, when they brought them all over on one boat, it's like that's a mixture of people. Then they get to America, and it's like, they had and mixing with indigenous people from Spain, people from the Caribbean islands, and it's like,
Hmm.
so black becomes a culture more than a face, right? Because even now it's just like you can't look at a person and say they are not black because maybe they're lighter or fair skin or have green eyes, or like my children, my children have my mother's eyes and hair. Well, that's B and C though. They have light hazel eyes and sandy brown hair. And that's from my mother's side. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, my grandfather has no idea who his father is. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't, you just don't know. So it's
Right.
like, but we just know the culture that we're from and the plight that we have. So I can understand when people are like we shouldn't celebrate this holiday. Like I can see the point they're making, right? It's a very valid point. But I think where I land on it is, like I said, I'm just open to having the full conversation. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to, I'm glad to be from America. Like I'm happy to be an American. You know what I'm saying? And but I understand that America has some work to do in this, and you know, and it could be better to a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's okay. I think that's kind of, I think in any relationship, you just want to get to a point where you're not lying to yourself about who your partner is, right? You know they good and they bad. I think that's how I treat it. I'm open. I want to know the good of America and the bad of America, and then how can I move forward with it? So, you know, I
And
do wish y'all a happy Fourth, but I'm also wish you a happy Juneteenth and any other day that celebrates Black culture, any culture that makes America America. Go ahead.
and also, everyone, every person has a different thought about that holiday, and
Sure.
to respect it, respect how they feel about that.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
not the same for everybody.
because you know, I look at my folks, especially my parents both dealt with racism differently. Like in Mississippi for my mother, it was like that was just the way of life. Does that make sense? So it wasn't like it was this, it was obviously it was a volatile thing. It was, you know, but it's like my parents lived in the poorer part of town because that's where all the Black people live. You know, my mother had 12 siblings, but not all, obviously we're all in the same house, but there's a lot of people. She was the second of 12. So it's like they just trying to get and get by. And the whole point was just try to get the heck out of here. Cause ain't nothing, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing here, right? They go to
Hmm.
school, you know, maybe they deal with the white folks just kind of just on the side, whatever. My mother says the one thing she remember is her mother would talk to a young white woman and call her ma'am. You know what I'm saying? My mother would be like, "Why you calling her ma'am?" And she just said my grandma hit in the head. She's like, "Why you hitting me? I'm asking you a solid question." But for my dad though, it was more like kind of what you see on TV where there was like it was always a clashing of white versus black, right? Like my pops told me, I don't know if they threw a bottle at his car. He was in the car with with my uncle Bubba, God rest his soul, and his two friends. And somebody threw something at the car. They stopped the car. They were trying to passing through some white part of town. They stopped the car. Doors fly open. They jump out ready to fight, scrap everything, right? They get in the car and they gotta go. Now the white people are chasing them now. They had to go through the back roads and cut around and go all the way around. You see what I'm saying? So, but guess what? Go
Wait,
ahead.
wait, wait. Not to make light of this,
Sure, sure, sure,
because clearly this is serious.
sure.
So what was that when they got out the car? Did they just think it was like one guy, or what was the
Oh,
what
what were
was the
they gonna
thought
do?
process? Yeah, what? Yeah,
So listen, because I'm Bob Riggs' son, I know what the thing was. Y'all think I'm scared of you?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all think we're scared? It was like, uh-oh, we should probably get out of here, guys. That's what that was. So that's what
Hey,
that
hey,
was.
more pop, man.
Hey, listen, I tell you, I told a story over the weekend in college. Shout out to Williams. And these weren't Williams people, there's probably North Adams people. If IYK. I was walking down Route 2, going to my dorm, went by the snack bar, drank, you know, I got a little bottle of juice. And normally I keep the bottle in my hand, but I finished it that day and threw it away. So I'm walking down Route 2, pickup truck rolls by me, and they go, so you can blur it out. But here naysayer, right? And I was like, I started chasing the truck, right? I'm chasing the truck as and I'm reaching for the bottle, but I just threw it away. I was like, because I was gonna throw that bottle, right? And so when I tell so people are like, what were you gonna do? I was like, I don't know. I had no idea. I just didn't want to not be scared. So I understand when they
Yeah,
got
I
out
hear
the
you.
car. They just
I
didn't want
hear
to
you.
not, they didn't want to not be scared, right? And so, but that's the racism my dad dealt with, like on a lot of occasions. But he celebrates the fourth. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because for him, it's like, hey, man, I fought a lot. I fought for a lot to live here. You know what I'm saying? I fought for my family to have something. Like, you know, he looks at his father, God rest my granddad soul, couldn't read, right? But he got a whole legacy in West Tennessee. You know what I'm saying? Like you say his name, they still know like Griggs are like royalty down. It's wild in Tennessee. And it's like, you know, he did all that, and then my dad has the opportunity, you know, to raise a family, and he looking at great grandchildren and house and his kid. So for him, America has given him this chance to do X, Y, Z. So for him, but he understands, he knows what He knows what happened. He knows what it is, but he also recognizes this is a place where he can try to make more of himself. So it's a complicated thing. It's a complicated issue. And I don't feel like, we don't have to have all the answers today. But I feel like just to just say I ain't celebrating nothing here at all. That's like people who say they don't vote. It's like you can't just not vote. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just not vote. And I'm glad we didn't record when that let me just say this. Because we didn't record when they did the debate. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
How much?
and
First off, how much of it did you watch?
not much. I couldn't do it. I watched like 20 minutes and I was like, I'm out. I'm out. Both of them. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I was traveling. I was traveling, and
Yeah.
so by the time I got to where we were going, um, it was over. So I was able to catch the re-air. Like that's how I ended up watching like the first 30 minutes of it, and I was just disgusted on both fronts.
Yeah.
Where I had to say, you know what, I'm going to bed. I can't deal with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And let it go. That was bad.
Hey, but guess what? I still gonna vote the same way I was beforehand. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? It's just
yeah, it's not changing
it ain't
anything.
changing what I'm
It's,
doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, people like have them step down. Hey, it's a little too close for that. All right.
yeah.
That's what this is, Jack. We'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
So, but speaking of American pride and 4th of July, the Olympics are on the way. See, now all the black folks who talk about they'll celebrate, they're gonna be watching the Olympics going, USA. So, make up your mind, make up your mind, people. So, Ez, you watch the Olympics, sir?
Yeah, I think you have
We
to.
talked about this, right?
Yeah,
You have to,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm not religiously in, like I'm watching every event and no. But if I'm, I'll check it out. I'll check out, some stuff. Obviously, I watch the basketball
Yeah.
and track and field
Mhm.
and maybe some swimming,
Yeah. So,
Um,
so here's some highlights. Of course, the games are in Paris because they're in LA in 28, right?
yeah.
Okay. Paris, man, dog, time is filled.
Yeah.
Paris, July 26th to August 11th. There are 329 events in total with roughly 10,500 athletes from 184 countries taking part. You can watch the live streaming of the games on Peacock. So yeah, man, this is the highlighting thing. So I wrote some of this down. I mean, again, you talked about the traditional events. There's some new events so the traditional ones are what? Swimming, track and field, basketball, baseball, soccer, right?
Nah,
No, some
baseball's
baseball.
been out. I think baseball's out.
What? Yeah, that's crazy. Oh
Yeah,
wow.
baseball was taken out
Oh man,
because
excuse me.
the world doesn't play
Boxing.
baseball.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, boxing is a big
That's
event.
what I mean. Yeah,
Uh,
whooping somebody's tail is still they do that all. They box
table
all over the world, huh?
That's right. Table tennis,
Yeah.
is
So
in.
so here's some new events. Breakdancing. S- Cultural
Stop it.
appropriation. Uh-huh.
Stop it.
No, it's a real Olympic. It's an Olympic event. No lie.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just trying to see how
I
they're
mean,
gonna judge
man,
it. Who's judging this?
judging, yeah, yeah.
Right? And what they judging on? It's like
I
so it's
need
like
the original B boys
is Otto Bowden gonna be
to be
like
a part of this.
his pop lock wasn't so angular. Like I think he missed it here. His spin, he didn't hit the floor. His cardboard was not working for him. Come on, man. What is
Hey,
so
I'm with
but
it.
guess what
Okay.
though? Guess what though? I'm gonna watch it. So
Yeah.
then
What else you got?
kayak crossing. So I guess some like super kayak race. 3-on-3 basketball, man.
Yeah,
So
I knew that was in
shout
this
out to
year.
Ice
Yeah.
Cube.
Yeah.
Skateboarding. So now I can see that, right? Like, the flips and the tricks and yada yada yada. Now these were added in 2020. Sports climbing, so it gets like super rock climbing of sorts,
Okay.
and surfing. Those were added in 2020.
I could see that. All right.
Yeah. So let me ask you, Ez, what's the best Olympic event to you? Or I guess, but let me not say event,
Oh,
but guess
it's
if
track and
you
field.
okay, we on the
Track and
same
field is,
page.
yeah. Yeah.
Dog, I'm watching Sprint on Netflix.
That really should be the Olympics.
That's what when
That's
you think of
everything.
when you
Yeah.
close your eyes, think of the Olympics. That's what you think of is the
Yeah.
track and field stuff.
Yeah.
And so like because I'm watching this show on Netflix called Sprint. It's like the behind the scenes of the top sprinters in the world. And I mean, they rock stars but they're rock stars everywhere else, but like in America. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
all over, they know who they are, except for we don't know these jokers till they get to the Olympics. I mean, Noah Lyles, that's the dude who was mocking the NBA about being world champs. He low key like, but he really might be our best bet to get some medals this year, man. So nah. But no, because I was thinking about like track and field, especially like well, it's track and field all over. Is the one event I think where like both men and women dominated, right? Because like with some sports, like with gymnastics, you look at the women to do to win it more than what I'm saying. If the men win it, good job. But it's like that's more dominated by women. And like the basketball, that's
I don't
more.
even know. Is the men's USA men's gymnastics, are they a good team?
I mean, I feel like they always make it, but I feel like they always just go home and say, "Hey, man, he finished. Good job.
Okay.
Yeah." You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I
I
don't know
don't
that I ever watched it.
listen. That medal count, they just look at track and feel like, listen, y'all know y'all. It's like the basketball and track and field pretty much make up all of our medals. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be the swimming joint. Shout out to Michael Phelps when he was in it. You know what I'm saying? I was guaranteed 8 or 9 right there that we could take. But yeah, man, it's like both men and women groups are dominant. And it's something that like everybody, like it's all of this that probably everybody has done at some point. Thrown something, jumped somewhere, ran fast, hopped over something. You know what I'm saying? We can all, and I was wondering in my bias because I ran track in high school. And so like I see it different. I remember shout out to Mr. Conley, so but you know what I'm saying? We did all this stuff. So when I see it, it's like, yeah, this stuff ain't easy, man. And I mean, I always think about it like they might have to get rid of the 100-meter race in about 30 years because the record is now 9.5. No, Usain Bolt ran 9.2. Hey, Google, what's the record for the 100-meter dash? Okay, 9.27, Usain Bolt. That's the world
That's
record. That's
fast.
crazy fast, dog.
Yeah.
So, I mean, when somebody run 8, 9, hey, we can't do this no more. Okay, like it's gonna be a blur. You know what I'm
Well, at
saying?
some
It's
point it's gonna, I mean,
somebody's gonna get there because I'm sure when Jesse Owens ran his 11 or sub 11, they was like, "Oh my God!" Like imagine putting Usain Bolt back. They would think they would like treat him like he was Captain America. They would probably take him and take his blood. Like what he is on something dope. I don't know what this is, but 9.27. That's the record. But I think the fastest time
wait,
this year was 9.58.
I'm saying,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
9.5. Oh, that's Olympic.
That's an Olympic record, yeah.
Olympic
The
record.
world record
Okay.
is 9.27. Wait, no. I thought he ran 9.27 at the Olympics, though.
No, it says here 9.58 in
That's the Olympic
09.
record.
It
Okay,
does,
that's
yeah.
so. So I wasn't wrong when I said that he ran that at the Olympics,
No,
didn't
no,
it?
they're saying that's the world record.
It's 9.58.
958. Yeah.
Mm.
That's still fast. That's still fast. His shoes were on fire, no doubt.
Man,
But
that's
yeah,
crazy.
how much faster can we get as humans?
But I mean, it's just about that's the whole thing. I mean, they were running 11s, as and for real, I'm not even being like sarcastic. They in the Jesse Owens day, they was running like about 10 something, 11, and like bit by bit. And in 50 years, somebody's going to run a 9 flat.
I'm trying to see is Jesse Owens even in the he's not even in the top.
Come on, man. He about top 12. Listen, Carl Lewis pushed him down a long
Wow.
time ago. Come on, man. I mean, that's that Eras thing, right? It's like, he's still one of the greatest athletes of all time, but let's keep it a buck. I mean, no disrespect. Jesse Owens, man. But
Now Flojo is still the world record holder for the women's
dude, cause
100 though.
when you see a FloJo race, like a video of it, she is so far in front of these women. It's insane. She was amazing. I mean, these races, Usain Bolt was probably, he still was looking back and it was like distance between him and them. That's what made it so crazy. Like the people who were running behind, coming in second, what was that guy's name? Tyson Gay. I mean, he broke a world record. You see what I'm saying? Like whatever the world record was beforehand, he broke it too. It just Usain Bolt beat him. That's
That's
how
crazy.
fast they were running.
So they said now she's number one, but there's an asterisk on it because
Oh, because they said she's
she
an
had a
investigation.
tailwind. No, 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 not
Oh,
even that.
okay.
That she had a tailwind.
Haters.
Yeah.
Haters.
She didn't test. I don't think she tested
Not that she did. No, I
positive
mean,
during the
most of them were pretty clean. I think what was that one woman's name who had the dopest scandal? I could
Marion
see her
Jones.
face. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Marion
yeah, yeah. It
Jones,
was
yeah.
like, come on now, y'all, we don't need this. We want
Yeah.
to do this, man. But yeah, so they were talking, and again, y'all should check out Sprint on Netflix because it talks about just all the sprinters in the world. Because like, what's crazy enough, an Italian man, a black Italian guy, he won the 100-meter race in the last Olympics. And they were looking at everybody else. It's like, wait, he won from Italy? I remember that to be like, yo, what is going on, bro? So, shout out to Noah Lyles. I guess he got to win it for us. But yeah, man, the track and field, I think that's the greatest event in the Olympics, and that's what we look forward to. But I think I'm gonna try to follow track and field more because these people, man, it's like they make some pretty good money, and that got to be a good gig. Like you running all over the world in Budapest, in Berlin. You know what I'm saying? Just what I mean? Your stamp is crazy. You the best shape of your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
Can't beat that, man. Can't beat that at all. So yes, get ready for the Olympics, July 26th through August 11th. Go to Peacock to see what races and kind of get everything together. But I think it's gonna be a pretty good Olympics, man. Because even with the basketball, with Steph, LeBron, KD, Anthony Davis, all them guys want to get one last Olympics, go to Paris, get them a medal. But that Paris team ain't gonna be no joke. That Canadian team ain't gonna be no
I was gonna
joke.
say I might be rocking with
They,
Canada for
oh,
in the
jeez.
Olympics, man.
Oh, what is Shea
Yeah.
playing?
I don't know. And then
Probably.
how did the US get Joel Embiid?
Well, he got a citizenship. He became a U.S. citizen essentially. So he just decided to become a U.S. citizen. For example, Paolo Banchero could have played for Italy. So I guess he has an Italian citizenship or something going on, but he declared a U.S. citizenship. And I guess the way it works is once you play for the U.S. team, you can't declare for another team. So you can't, jump from team to team to team. But yeah, that's
Okay.
how that worked.
So once you choose,
That's it. Yeah.
that's your team
Even they
for
mistreat you.
life.
You got to come back and play. Yeah.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. What if your
So
team doesn't qualify for the Olympics?
you can't go, hey, now I'm from the Congo, didn't qualify. You know what? We play for the Americans. Nah, man. Stick with
Okay.
us.
All right,
Win
I'll
or
buy it.
lose, man. Win
I'll
or
buy
lose.
it.
Win or lose. Win or lose. So I'm gonna do this differently because we usually give the Tubi review after dads and don'ts, but I'll be talking about some serious stuff, and Ez goes, yeah, watch strippers strippers in need. Like what? So we're gonna do this in reverse today. So I
Blame
actually
Tubi for that, man.
Hey, I
Don't
actually
blame
I
me.
I actually got Tubi review this week, Ez, because you
Oh,
said you haven't heard of it.
I haven't watched
Yeah.
Tubi in a while.
Oh man, you okay? You're not feeling
I'm in
yourself?
fine. I just been, things been going on, man.
Yeah, yeah, I
Lots
got
of
you.
stuff going on. So yeah,
Okay, man. Hope
I'm gonna get back on, get my
hope,
Tubi fix back.
hope you get your
Don't
groove
worry
back,
about it.
man. But
Yeah,
since,
yeah.
since you don't have one, I have one this week, and it is
Okay.
Sins of the Bride.
Sins of the
Yeah,
Bride.
yeah,
You
yeah.
talk about
Listen,
my movies.
trust me. They didn't shoot this on an iPhone, okay? Yeah, they had an actual camera for this one. The ones you like, listen is the ones you like. They don't even have a phone stand. It's a dude holding the phone,
It's a dude
okay?
hold it.
And you know what I'm saying? And the actor gotta press the buttons. Okay, that
Oh
shit
man,
is.
I can't even front you.
Hey man.
You right.
But Sins of the Bride, it's some old two chairs in a box. Have you ever heard of two chairs in a box? You ever seen that?
No, what's that?
Yeah, so at Williams, shout out to Williams College, still number one liberal arts college in the country. And shout out to Amherst being number two. YK. Uh, they had this play series called Two Chairs in a Box. And so what is everybody who did a play, they had to use these two chairs in a box. So like whatever your scene was, it had to involve these two chairs in this box. So it's
Okay.
all so like it was a very creative, like you had to be very creative about what your scene was going to be. And I was thinking about that, like in this Sins of the Bride, it was very like it was like in a couple rooms, and it was just these like maybe it was maybe four or five people in that was really in the movie. But I thought they did a pretty good job. I think you guys will enjoy it. I mean, it's the holiday weekend. Most of y'all gonna be laying around anyway, so watch Super Sale first. Then watch a couple episodes of Sprint, but definitely watch Sins of the Bride and let us know Because trust me, we get the calls as no people reach out to us and are like,
Is it
y'all are
is it your
trash.
typical is it your typical Tubi?
Actually, it's not.
No?
It's not because you know what's because typical Tubi is what? Well, typical Tubi is what somebody got HIV, somebody's getting kicked, right?
That did
Uh
happen in one.
that's usually that's what's else typical Tubi movie?
Well,
It's like
your typical Tubi movie, uh, there's some gratuitous nudity that
oh
happens
yeah, listen, the
out of
sex scenes be
nowhere.
long. They be long. It's
Yeah.
like the movie is like an hour and 20
Um,
minutes. The sex scenes be 5 minutes. It's
there's
like,
there's
are y'all really doing it?
there's
Are y'all really is
unnecessary
this really happening? Okay.
unnecessary gunplay for
Yes.
no apparent reason.
Everybody got a gun, don't
Just a
they?
gun just comes just flashing out. Like
Yeah.
what does this have to do with
Yeah,
anything?
yeah.
And like you said, yeah, the cinematography is just awful. It's it's not even an iPhone. It's
Nah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a Google Pixel. Shout out
yeah,
to Google
yeah.
Pixel. So before we get out of here, we want to do a dads and don'ts. As we know, we're going to alternate dads and don'ts in the 90s nostalgia every week. So this one is keep your promises to your kids. So shout out to my mom. A long time ago, she told me, she's like, when you have a kid, you got to keep your promises to them. That means if you're going to get them a toy, you're going to pick them up and take them somewhere, you know what I'm saying? Or you're going to give them a whooping or put them on punishment, you got to keep your promises to a kid. That's how they respect you, right? That's when they first learn how that you are a person of your word, right? Because her whole thing was, and I follow this. If I say, if you do this, I'm going to turn off the TV, and you don't turn off the TV, then they go, oh, they don't really be meaning it. You know what I'm saying? And also the other part of it is you say you're gonna do this nice thing for them, and you're like, oh, we'll do it tomorrow, or I forgot, and you just that kind of makes they don't believe your word, right? It's like, hey, I don't believe what you say. So that what it does, I think, as a dad, right, and I think for all parents, it makes you mindful of what you say to your children, right? Because I think people just say stuff and think, oh, I come pick you up, and you don't come and think the kid will be all right. You don't understand like that, you're teaching them because on one hand, you're teaching them to keep their word, right? Because they see you keep your word and your promise, and that also means they respect what you say. And I think in terms of it, like punitive stuff, like you have to give discipline, just knowing that they know that when you say something you mean it. Because think about, your parents as like when my dad when my dad said, when we get home, I'm whooping you. Like it's like I'm trying to dodge the man all day. Like maybe I'll wait him out. Oh no. He hit one time, like, oh, I forgot. Come here. I almost made it, man. But he had to keep his word to me. And again, with my children, the chipmunks know if it's like, all right, I try to give them 3 warnings. Right. The first one is a very calm one. Hey, let's not do this. Second one is like, I'm just I repeated what I said. The last one is, hey, after this, just the consequences will come. So don't be surprised when the consequence you receive say consequences. And I have to do it, right? And they respect me for it. So when I say something next time, I go, okay, he's going to keep his word. But I think, we have to just be mindful of what our children learn from us, right? And I know we always are teaching them things directly, but the indirect things are something I've learned more from my parents, a lot from what they told me, but a lot of what I saw. And my parents were really just big on I mean what I say and I say what I mean. So that allowed me to respect them a lot better. So I encourage you, parents and dads, specifically, like on your journey when you're talking to your kids, because I think a lot of dads do this and think it doesn't mean anything. They say, yeah, we're gonna go do this tomorrow, right? And then you don't get to do it, and then it's like, you'll be fine. And the kid is not fine, right? They remember that and they stop asking you because they feel like you're gonna always let them down. Because my mother will always say, you have to kids have feelings too. Like it may not be the feelings we have, we have feelings about money and relationships and work, and maybe their feelings are about their crayons and their friendships, right? Their best friend didn't talk to them today for whatever random reason, that still hurts them, right? And so you have to respect their feelings. So when you um don't keep your promise to them, that hurts their feelings. But we think they're going to get over it, but they never do. It's something that they remember for life, and it sometimes shapes who they are. So keep your promises to your kids, right? And again, if they can keep them in trouble or get them something, but also that should make you be mindful of what you say to them. Like my mother was very big on not promising. Can we go to McDonald's? Promise. She go, I ain't doing that because I don't know. Her thing was, I don't know what's gonna happen when we leave here. We might have to go somewhere else. And I promise you McDonald's. So that makes you be careful of what you say. But also it should encourage you that if you say to your child, especially if it's a good promise, if you do this, I'll get this for you, right? You want to make sure it's something that you actually can get for them. You know what I'm saying? You want to make sure that it's something you can do for them, because we don't want to sell these kids dreams just to make them do something. They want to be realistic and to teach them to be realistic, right? Make accurate promises that you can keep. So again, keep your promises to your kids, but be good at writing contracts with them. So that is our show for today. As I missed anything?
No, I think you covered it all.
Fantastic. So again, follow us on at all socials, Super Duper Pod, SUPADUPAPOD. What up, Sarah? Shout out to Sarah. She's doing a great job on the socials. And make sure you follow us online at hp53productions.com for our hers. Get you a hat. It's still summertime. Yeah. Enjoy the holiday. Enjoy your barbecue. I guess if you do enjoy the 4th, just don't listen to dance. No Beyonce. That's your penalty for the day. So make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. Hey,
I bet
mama.
you Beyonce is celebrating for.
Hey, she done sang got a few White House celebrations. Okay. Okay. She didn't, they didn't have a red, white, and blue at a few Destiny Child shows. Believe that. And listen, y'all gonna be on your internets going, shout out to Shakira Richardson from Women Go, Team USA. That's your hashtag, Team USA. Gotcha. Make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. Hey, mama, this is the Super Duper Podcast.
Would you be off on this campaign? Is it suicide if you know that bringing hope here is how careers die? Or do the K stand for kamikaze? Jay Silent is everywhere, you can feel them probably. Surely, lately, I've been up late with demons in my basement trying to get me to hate this. Life thinking I should be further and then I choke up. As soon as I got silent, then the truth spoke up. They said, how you know you ain't perfect? Let that soak up and soak in. You know how you know that you blessed? I woke